Hi guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and today we have another Backlist Love video. This one is a little bit different from some of the other ones that we've done. So generally the deal with Backlist Love is I feature 3 titles that have been out for a while that I love that maybe have fallen off your radar and I think you should look into. But I asked you a few months ago if you guys would be okay with me occasionally doing Backlist Loves of books that I haven't read, but that have been out for a while and have been on my shelves for a while, and that I've heard good things about or was excited for, but haven't actually read, so I can't necessarily recommend them, but there's still things that maybe you had wanted to read and had forgotten about and need the reminder, or maybe you have read and you can let me know if they are worth my time and worth the shelf space. So today is one of those videos. I'm featuring 3 books that I haven't read, but that I've been wanting to, and that maybe you would want to too. So all of the books will be listed and linked in the description, as well as the full synopsis, so any info that you need can be found there. But the books I'm featuring this time are Thief's Covenant by Ari Marmel. I bought this and the second book, False Covenant, because I needed them. Couldn't tell you why. I mean, I can kind of tell you why. Number one, they have Jason Chan covers, and I went through a phase, might not be fully out of the phase, where I needed to own every book that had a Jason Chan cover. Just, they get me. I know we've done buzzwords, and I've talked about titles that win me over, but buzz covers I think should maybe also be a thing. So that's one reason. The other reason is that something about them, their vibe, kind of reminds me of Star-Crossed by Elizabeth C. Bunce, which I love. It could be that they're both about thieves, so I'm just kind of super curious on that score, but I haven't heard like anything about this ever. I don't think I've ever heard anyone, literally anyone, talk about these books. I keep looking at them though, like almost literally every single time I put a TBR together for probably the past year and a half, I have pulled these books off my shelves. Like, this is the month. I'm gonna read it this month. It's happening. And it doesn't. There's always just so much other stuff that I either need to get to or also want to read. And I always think, okay, well, next time. And then the next time comes around and I pull it off and I'm like, but this month though. And it's just, it haven't. It's never been this month. So, I don't know. These have been out for a while. If you've read them, let me know your thoughts. Are they worth the shelf space? Are they worth the constant agonizing over to whether to add them to my TBR? I don't know, but they're calling my name, man. Then we have Angel Fall by Susan E. This is one that just like tore through the blogosphere a few years ago. It was kind of a surprising one because it was totally indie. There was no like marketing campaign, there was no big publisher behind it. It just was a pure word of mouth buzz title that everyone couldn't get over. And so I had ended up buying the ebook of it when it was on sale, and that just kind of sat in my Kindle for a long time. And then the paperback went on sale for super cheap. And I was like, well, I know I haven't read the Kindle, but I probably should have a paperback. Maybe the reason I haven't read it is because it wasn't a physical copy, and I like to read physical copies. So I technically have 2 copies of this that I bought and have just not ever touched it. Sounds really good though, and it had a ton of buzz from people that I really respect, and especially for an indie kind of unknown to get that buzz, speaks pretty well in its favor. So if you were one of those that was buzzing about this, let me know. Do I need to like, is it one of those things where you're like, what are you doing with your life? You have 2 copies of it and you haven't read it? And the last is Sweet Venom by Tara Lynn Childs. This is one that I had to have. I had to have it. And I have literally never touched it since I put it on my shelves. Why though? It's mythology based. It is about the descendants of Medusa. And so, I mean, I've talked about mythology and folklore being buzzwords and being like instant needs. That was part of it. Part of it was the cover. Part of it was like some relative buzz that it was getting. It was kind of everywhere. It was heavily promoted, I think. I don't know if it was buzzed, but it was heavily promoted. But then it kind of just completely fell off the map, and I have no idea what people thought of it. Like, I don't know, though I saw people talking about it, I don't know if they were talking good or bad or just about it. So I really have no concept of what people thought of this one, if it's good or bad. I just know that I needed it and have been steadfastly not reading it. Don't know. You know? Don't know. So those are 3 books that have been out for quite a while, or on the backlist, and I have not read. So I don't know if they're worth a recommendation. I don't know if they were something that should have been buzzed about and should still be buzzed about. You can let me know in the comments if you've read them. Either way, they're still on my shelves, they're still on my to read, and maybe they're deserving of a boost. Let me know your thoughts on all 3 books, if you've read any of them, in the comments, and if you have your own backlist titles that you've read and loved and you think people need to know about, or that have been sitting on your shelves that you haven't read and want to know if you should love. Chat about it in the comments with us, because I want to know, and I maybe have an answer for you. That is all for this Backlist Love video. There are plenty more where that came from if you want to find some other titles to discover or rediscover. But until next time, thank you guys for watching, and as always, happy reading!